everybody, and welcome to the Greenwich Homestead. So this is going to be fun for me. I am learning my new camera and I'm really loving it. So I figured we'd just do a simple vlog today, take you for a walk around the property, show you some of the updates, some of the things that we're doing for our winter time work. I can show you the pigs. They're the baby pigs are actually not babies anymore. High tunnel's still up. This is what we got going on in the high tunnel. It's a little hot in here. We've got our two big kale plants on the end are doing good. These are mixed greens just for eating and seeing how they grow. My onions in there are doing pretty good. They should be almost big enough to start separating soon. We had a little bit of a mole issue, but I got rid of him. And our kohlrabi. This is my rutabagas. They are just about ready to be thinned out, and then they should start bulbing up soon, which is awesome. And check out this calendula. Like, this thing is just living its best life. The calendula, that thing, we have had nights out here that have been in the 20s, like low 20s, and that thing is just thick and beautiful and still putting off flower buds. We got our lettuce bed over here, almost big enough to start cutting off of. I've got cilantro growing in here and some fennel, and then more kohlrabi over here. We got our little Brussels sprouts, which are just about ready to be thinned out and planted in their individual spots. And then what I thought was 3 artichokes, I actually have a 4th sneaking up through the ground here. It came up through someone's roots. So the high tunnel is doing its job. Everything out here is green and lush. We lost a little bit of Brussels sprouts that were close to the door. They were still real young and we had a real cold night come through. But honestly, I've got more than I'm going to need. Hopefully we'll have enough time for them to come to fruition, because I do know that even in a high tunnel where it stays warm, when you have those cold nights and the shorter days, things grow a little bit slower. So we may have a little bit longer season for these. We may get Brussels sprouts by spring, we may not. But I'm okay either way. Brussels sprouts are a long time growing. If I can get a head start on them in here, it's all the better. So it's been a while since you've seen the pigs. And as you can see, our 3 babies are not really babies anymore. They already got their curly hair on. They are all 3 boys. So they are going to be all 3 used for butchering. It's still a ways off though. But there is Truffles, and this is Vivian. She's looking a little skinny because the babies are still suckling. So we have to get everything separated out, get a couple more cattle panels, and put a bit more of a permanent, kind of semi-permanent structure for the pigs so we can separate the babies off of mom so that she can start putting some weight back on, because they are still suckling on her and they're getting a little too big to be suckling on her. We separated them for a couple days when we had them castrated, but they went right back to her teat when we put them back in. So they are doing an awesome job for us, as you can see behind me. I don't know if you can make out behind their pen how much grass there is and how much weeds and how useless that prairie land is for us. These guys are clearing it out, and we're gonna come through behind them, put the chickens on it for a little bit, and then put some fodder seed down and restart the whole system. It'll be a long project, but it'll so be worth it. So he's out here working on the spot where we had the pigs previously. I don't know if you guys remember it. We had this big pile of brush and 2 trees behind it. The trees have come out. The pigs we had in clearing all of the scrub around and getting all the weeds out of the soil. We've got them done. We spread that dirt over. The market garden that we had started is behind me here. Yeah, it's a little dirty. I haven't cleaned it up for the season yet, but we've got a lot of projects on our hands and it's no rush. So we're gonna expand the growing spaces here, and we're gonna expand them out this way and a little bit that way. So behind me on this side is our field where we'll have animals, hopefully. Pigs, definitely, maybe a cow, not sure. Garden space here. homesteader, you pretty quickly learn that when you have land, raw land, that needs to be worked, the best time to do it is in the winter. Everything has died back, it makes it easier to see, it makes the ground a little bit easier to work with. It's also cooler out here, so all this heavy work outside is a little easier for yourself to handle as well. So that's what we're doing for the next couple weeks until the snow comes in and it's just too hard to work out here. New garden spaces will be mapped out and cleared out. The pigs do a lot of that work for us, which is awesome. Trees will come down. This is the time of year to be working. And you'll learn that as well. Even when garden season is done and over with, as a homesteader, as someone who provides food for yourself and for your family, your work is never done. Right. So, as you can see, we've got most of the space cleared out now. Over there is the first market garden, and this is where the new gardens are going, and you can kind of see the fence line where the paddock is going to be. So one of my big chores for today, or at least getting started today, is getting this taken care of. What I'm going to do is that black fabric cloth that we have down, I'm going to pull that up, and we're going to maybe not take off the tomato fences. I don't think we have to, but we're going to shore this fence up and make it a little bit more secure, and we're going to put the baby pigs in here and let them have their way with the garden, get everything turned back into the earth, give us a little fertilizer while they're at it. You probably noticed on this row, I left the okra stumps in the ground, and we just cut them off instead of pulled them out. So the main reason that I did that with the okra stumps is because the okra, even though it looks really woody, it's actually really soft and pithy, and it's got a lot of sugars in it. So we're just gonna leave those in the ground as a kind of treat for the pigs to help get them to start digging a little bit. As you can clearly see, the pigs are in the garden space. I did not get that recorded because we needed all 4 hands. They're a lot heavier than they were about 3 weeks ago. They have all this space here to till up and eat off of for the next couple weeks. Well, now that we've got them in here, they're separated from Mom. She'll be able to put some weight on and dry her teats up a bit, so that if we do have to put them back together for a little bit when we're rearranging fences, they're not going to go back to suckling. Hopefully we won't have to put them all back together. Hopefully by the time they're done in here, we'll have the setup so that they have their own special place to go to. But you never know, things happen the way that they happen. Well, that's going to wrap it up, guys, for today. That's about all we do throughout the winter here on the homestead. Just at one day at a time, we're going to be cleaning up, tidying up, setting up new garden spaces. I'm going to wrap it up for the day. I've got to get this tent behind me here cleaned up and ready for storage for the winter, and then it's time to make some dinner and settle in for the evening. Even though the sun is out and the temperature is nice and warm, the days are still short, and it does not give us much time for working around the homestead. So we got to get as much in the little time that we have. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching our channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications to make sure that you catch all of our uploads. We will be doing more on the Victory Garden coming up soon. There's not much we can do for it right now this time of year, but stay tuned and that will be getting into swing pretty quickly here. once seed starting comes around. So remember guys, get out there and get your hands dirty.